If you're sitting at home wondering why that girl you like hasn't called you back, it's probably because she doesn't have a SIM card. Probably. Well, good news, there's a new ad.
This is the story of how a family escaped their pricey telco. It begins with a woman trying a eSIM and getting 120 gigs of data for just $35 every renewal for 12 renewals. Then she quietly thought to herself, that's a good deal. So she told her husband. Now he streams more sport and pays less. Then she told her parents. Now they get legendary service and pay less. Then she told her son. He didn't reply, so she signed him up anyway. And now we've told you. So escape your pricey telco with a eSIM.
Unreal. Literally unreal. Everyone in that ad is AI generated, but you couldn't tell unless you noticed that this finger turns into a thumb. This dad has an extra finger. Oh, and he's also pooing with his pants on. Case closed. Caroline. All ads are fake, but is this one too fake?
Well, I actually think they've probably done quite a good job with this because they've created a surreal world to put them in the first place. So, I mean, it works in this ad because it is a false world. It is kind of cartoonish anyway. And then, at the end of the day, they haven't actually done anything particularly interesting, though. So I wouldn't say it's a good ad. It wouldn't cut through any clutter. If you saw it somewhere, it wouldn't be interesting enough to actually kind of take a second look. But they have definitely gotten away with it, for sure.
I know there's a lot of question marks around the ethical nature of this, but I'm not certain what the real question is, because most advertising is fabrication. It's actors lying. This case, it's machines lying on behalf of marketing departments. Now, if that makes people feel uncomfortable, that's fine. It just doesn't make it a bad ad because of that.
There's a telco in New Zealand called Skinny, which is also this orange colour, and they did an AI-generated ad, I think maybe earlier this year or last year, and the use of AI was central to the idea. So it's what you're talking about. Their whole premise is they spend less on the advertising to pass it on to the customer. So they made a digital clone of their most valued customer and used her in the ad. So again, central to the idea. It was met with kind of mixed feelings from audiences, from regular people, from advertisers. I mean, I'm a creative, so this feels like being invited to your own funeral. Like, that aside, I think there's really an opportunity here to still make sure that we don't lose ideas or the reason that we are making it. I think this is a great ad if you've got a second screen and the voiceover is very clear, you get the offer and there's a blur of orange in the background. I think as soon as you start to try and get people to lock in and pay attention, their interest wanes. But I would expect them to make many more of these and build equity in this world that they've created.
I actually think that I don't think there's an ethical problem with using AI, and I think there is huge creative potential in using AI. How many campaigns have you worked on that have been massively compromised because you couldn't find the location or find the right talent, or the idea got shut down because we'd never be able to afford to shoot it? Like, all of those things magically go away and it opens up creative opportunities. Now, there is no doubt this is going to disrupt our industry like nothing else, and I am pretty confident I'm not going to have any use for my job in 5 years. And I'm not worried about that at all, because I do know that other opportunities will open up, and I'm excited about the potential for it.
Yeah, but you won't, this advertising, in the end, you won't take any notice of it. In the end, you won't take any notice of it.
I think it's going to require taste. It'll change the structure of teams, but it's going to require taste. And I think that's my point here. Currently, like, it was PR'd in our trade press as being kind of a first of its kind. I would love them to follow up with how it goes.
Yeah, the problem
Tell me
is,
if it worked.
On some level, this is dystopian, because this is not really an ad for data. It's an ad for AI and normalizing it. And I think the genie's out of the bottle and we're just at the beginning.
Well, it was great to find out tonight how Gruen ends. I, for one, welcome it. We introduced you to eSIM, whose ads used to be all too human, but since their new campaign doesn't use any actual people, we thought we'd just take it for ourselves.
It begins with a woman who just discovered she can watch Gruen on her phone and got a great idea for a new cocktail. This guy combines two of his favourite things by watching Gruen on the toot. Then they called her parents, but they are old, so they were already watching the ABC. Finally, she called her son, but he was exhausted from having just finished his box of 6 black Kleenex tissues. And so now we've told you, so watch Gruen for no intelligence, artificial or otherwise.
this year we're asking the Gruen audience to provide a pitch topic, and this week the nerds that watch this show asked our agencies to make chess our national sport. Here's the first pitch.
G'day everyone. You know, the great thing about chess is that it's not just reserved for the elite, the athletic or the intellectual.
Aussies love a fair go, so our creative taps into the simple yet powerful truth that chess is for everyone.
We play because we're built for battle. We fight with the most dangerous weapon on the planet. There is only one winner. Anyone can take on anyone. And when the night falls, war has begun. You can see a grandmother beat a 30-year-old man mercilessly. An 8-year-old boy can humble the most braggadocious veteran in an upset for the ages. You might even hide something up your butt to win. Allegedly. But tell me you wouldn't pay good money to see Cindy Bunyip from down the road wearing the green and gold and wiping the floor with a smug Norwegian. What's our next national sport? It's black and white. Checkmate, Australia.
Well, you've convinced me. Here's our next pitch.
Throughout the ages, we've seen so many brands tap into a sense of national nostalgia, and we felt this was the best way to ingrain chess in its rightful place as Australia's national sport.
Come on, Australia, get on board.
Australia, what's your favourite food?
A snack.
And what's your favourite car?
A ute.
And what's your favourite pastime?
Chess.
Oh, I see. So you love having a snag.
Too right.
And what do you love driving?
A ute.
And what do you love doing?
Moving King's Pawn to E4.
I thought so. From Cottesloe to Cairns, from Darwin to Devonport, there's nothing more Aussie than a game of chess.
Go grab Keith, go grab Kate, grab a seat and check your mate. Come on, Australia, get on board. Come on, Australia, get on board.
Well, you've convinced me, but what will our panel think? Todd, you first.
Two.
Carolyn, which did you prefer?
Look, I understand where one went. I understand they made it for everyone and that it's an equal playing field. I actually thought that was a really cool idea. But number 2 is just so entertaining. How could you not love it?
Liana?
Yeah, I'm going to be singing number 2 when I go home tonight.
I love the fact that number 2 is a homage to Mojo. Number 2.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. To Grouse House Studios, we'll deliver your trophy like this.